what is your overall outlook on the 2016 season for the Lindenwood Lions?
This is about as optimistic as I've been since I've been at Lindenwood going into a season. I think we did a really good job adding some pitchers to our arsenal. Thought we had some pretty good players, Connor Law, Jeff Hartley, Brian, to mention a couple of pitchers that were returning, good core of guys, and then to be able to go on out and get some veterans to add to the equation. I'm as excited as I can be in terms of our depth. Skylar Arnberg, we just brought him aboard at semester. Miney from St. Louis Community College, brought him aboard at the fall. We have an injury with one of our top pitchers in Brendan Feldman, but he's going to be a quality guy for us as soon as he gets healthy. Austin Georgian from California has also joined our pitching staff, among others. And I think that one of the biggest things here in the Midwest that a team could have, that absolutely you have to have, is depth within the pitching. Not just frontline pitchers, but you've got to have deep depth, because there are going to be injuries. There's not too much difference from what the St. Louis Cardinals are going through. Pretty much one or two of those front five guys are going to go down, and you've got to have the guys to replace them, and I think we've done that. So we've answered the call there. The challenge for us is going to be defensively. We want to match up defensively very well. We've got an extremely impressive record when we have, over the last 4 years, have given up 4 runs or less. It's just a dominant record. And then when we give up 5 runs or more, it's totally in reverse. So we've got to put a little attention to detail defensively and get it done there. But overall, I do think this is the best NCAA team that I've had, offensively and defensively. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Coach, to piggyback off that, what players do you see as key factors to this team, and who will you count on in terms of leadership?
Brendan Clay Camp is a 4-year player. Connor Law is a 4-year redshirt junior. Nathan Prendle is a 4-year player. Those probably would be my 3 key leaders of our leadership core, but there's so many other guys. Devin Bryan has done a really good job really helping out the younger players, and the veterans as well. Doesn't hesitate to help out. It really is a deep team in terms of leadership, and I'm really excited about that, not worried about that at all. They've got good team chemistry, and I think they're going to accept and embrace those tough times that we have, and we'll be better as we get through it.
All right, Coach, last season you made your first appearance in the MIAA conference tournament. What can you do to get back there and hopefully has a higher seed in that tournament?
Well, we definitely got to win. We started off slow. We played at Missouri Southern, great ball club. Absolutely. We were talking about the depth and pitching that you need. They had 4 aces, 4 games, 4 aces. I mean, it was really impressive. But they were good games. We lost them a little bit towards the end. We just, maybe our pen didn't do the job that we needed them to do. And again, we basically use that as our benchmark for this upcoming season on what type of pitching staff was needed to survive in the MIAA, and as you say, be in the upper echelon of the MIAA. Well, they gave us the blueprint, and I believe we went out and executed that blueprint. They have quite a few guys coming back, so wouldn't you know it, we open up again in Joplin. So that'll be a little bit of advantage for those guys, but we've had 365 days to think about it, to prepare for it, and we're just as excited as can be that we basically have a do-over opportunity with Missouri Southern. And but that's the MIAA. You've got to bring it each and every week. It's one of those conferences. There's a lot of parity in terms of the upper echelon teams in baseball in the MIAA that have been very successful in baseball for 100 years, seemingly. So there's about 8 or 9 teams that could take this conference in any given year. So when you're dealing with those kind of numbers, the first and foremost thing, we have to make playoffs, and that's got to be an annual event. As you indicated, we made it last year, and we were thrilled to do so and start building a annual tradition of making the playoffs. Now, step number 2 is to be in the upper echelon and be in the top 3. But we also have to just basically state that to your team that we expect a conference championship, and that is what we're going to go for, and not to skirt that issue and shy away from it. So absolutely be in the upper echelon, but we do expect to compete for a conference championship, and that's what we're going to go for.
Awesome. Coach, thank you very much for your time, and good luck this season.
All right, thank you very much.